A black belt student maintains peace by never allowing him or herself to become too happy or too sad.
Very good.
So inside of class, you might be 15 days into zeros and go to sleep for half a second and lose them in an instant. And you can't allow that to take your spirit down. You have to maintain your peace, because that's what we practice here. It's the same thing with once you reach 60 zeros, 90 zeros, 120 zeros. You still have to maintain your peace, because if you allow yourself to get too happy, you're not focusing on getting better and that next incremental goal.
Good. Outside
of class, things happen. You get hit, just like in the line. Maybe traffic makes you 30 minutes late to work. Maybe your boss yells at you. Maybe it's a teacher. Maybe it's a conflict with a colleague or another student. You can't allow that to ruin your day. You have to bring the same kind of spirit and energy to each of your interactions that your person provides. And you also can't allow yourself, everything, just because everything's going good, maybe you got a new job, maybe you're making a lot more money than you used to, you can't allow yourself to become too happy, because you'll stop looking at the things that are creeping up behind you.
Good. Very good. In other words, when you are thinking about teaching, you can never walk into school like, hey, it's a happy day and everything is all good and warm and fuzzy and happy. You know how they deal with it? They lock their doors. They close their windows. That's how other martial arts schools do it. But we don't want to be a martial arts school. We want to be a lifestyle school. The type that's it's like an ocean. It's like a stream that goes to the ocean versus a pond in the middle of a desert. It's going to dry up. We want to be that stream that continually grows. And how that growth takes place, we all have to have the same goal, and that is to get better. And your role is to train, practice, and be proper. My role is to make sure there's progress. That ain't easy. You can't be warm and fuzzy about it. I got to expect things from you that you don't believe you can do. Just like 1 year zeros. That was a time when 30 zero was happening. But I've grown, and my teaching has grown. And now I'm able to produce faster outcomes. It took me years to get students to 30-day zeros, years. And now my teaching methods have gotten more refined. My communication, more refined. My expectation, more refined. My clarity, more refined. And I don't negotiate. The climate has to be what? Spiritual, biblical. Everybody has one objective, and that's only to get better. And when you have that mindset, this skill will stay with you for your whole life. You'll be 40 years old and still remember my words. Isn't that amazing? You want something that you can share, and that you don't want to just live life and live for you. You want to be able to have some type of impact on someone. I spent years teaching. I never know that I would have people training 30 years calling me from 30 years ago. But it still feels good. It feels good because back then I was Piper. I was pumping the Lord. I had my first organization was COMET, Christians of Martial Arts. This is before I even know about the New Testament. So I'm saying to you that it was evolution. Taking notes. You don't know what that seed will grow. I didn't know I would be doing this many years. I didn't think that way. But now I thank God that He put me on a path that is clear. There's no what? Gray. There's no in the middle. It's clear. So I'm impressed. Today is point application week, so we're going right into our 1 minute water break. We're going to our fighting, those in advance. We're going to parallel and grappling today.
Sure.
Parallel and grappling. And then if we have time, we go to cheese out. We're having 5 minutes. No, I better go to cheese out because we're having a real problem with them. And then if we have time, we go to parallel. Again, the defender, I expect no grabs, only counter grabs. Only counter grab, but you can't attack behind. You can't initiate a grab either. And cheese out, defenders, you're gonna have to really fight your tongue. The biggest thing I see in cheese out, let's say for example, he throws a punch out this, yes, I see this. See that did to my body? We gotta know when to what? But come back. Other hand. We trying to do this.
Or we stay.
Oh, we stay. You gotta take it off and come back. That's the biggest thing I'm seeing in Shi's eye. The second thing, chest. We're looking at the opponent's hand. We're not looking at his eyes. You gotta peripherally see his body motion and move accordingly. We get caught off flank. Silent steps. Our silent steps are too loud. We're not doing this. We're doing this. All small stuff. Switch foot. Our switch foot is like, I can't even do it, it's so horrible. Instead of, it's like, we feel like we can't get this leg. So that leg won't come straight through for some reason. It won't. Okay, feet together. Keep it moving. Right. Instead of taking that big lunge. Because if you miss, guess what? You bomb. I seen good strategy. I seen your roll out. I seen your collapse it arm. I seen your lobs out. I seen a lot of good execution. The main thing was the weight. You would take that big step, and now you're in the battle. Everyone, don't let anybody grab you.
Sir.
Chris, silent steps.
Sir.
And tongues out counter grabs.
Sir.
You fight someone stronger than you can't let them grab you.
Sir.
You got to continue to move their hand and try to initiate your strikes much quicker.
Sir.
James, much better today. Much better. Switch foot. A couple times you ran into him and you couldn't get him. And you needed to switch to get that extra thrust. Area, you're learning. You're learning. The biggest thing, I guess, would be lopside. That's your homework now. You have to be quick on your strike. So this one right here is yours. Just like with Lucian, you always hear me tell him lopside. That's how you got to do it. You're not as strong. So you got to use your quickness and fluency to get around their attacks. Tommy, you did a good job today. The main thing for you on your low locks, you stepping over. On your low lock, you just go under. To get to the low lock, you don't want to do this. Because you're still in front of them. And then you're having to hurry back and you can't get this foot with you. So you do your low lock, you want to either be here already to get that. Here already to get that. That's your homework. Number 2, on your grab, don't turn it over. That's how they get your lopsides. Hey boy, you kidding? If I do this right here, he can see it. He'll grab my arm and look, he missed it. If I see your arm turn out like that, so you try to grab my arm, if I can see your palm on your grab, that means you're open. So the goal for you is to make sure when you go out with the elbow in, to grab. If you're going out grabbing like this, you see it, don't you? But if you go out grabbing like this, can you get to it? That's why you get hit with lopsides. Those who get hit with lopsides, after your grab, it's because you're doing this.
Sir. Not this.
And not that.
Sir. Sir.
All of you have that trouble.
Sir.
You'll open that elbow up, because that arm is there. If you see that hand, that palm, that means this is open.
Gotcha.
Feet together.